All right. So just as a reminder, right, as far as the student expectations, right? Now there are going to be some changes going into the fall, right? While writing or not writing the grant, we reviewed the grant because we had to run a report for it every year. There's an annual report that we that we're supposed to. And in that grant, one of the things was us collaborating a lot more with the Career Center, right? Doing a lot more career. If you were in ATA a couple of semesters ago, you probably remember, well, y'all have seen us use the term CLC a lot, right? The Career Learning Community, right? What that used to look like was the career learning communities were built off of like your major, right? So at one point in time, there was like 17 different communities in ATA, which was spreading us too thin and it wasn't necessary. It didn't work, right? So what we will be doing moving forward, right, is you will be in a quote unquote CLC and it is going to be based off of your major, right? So CST or not major, college. So CST, CHSS, CS or CPS, and COB, right? So if you're in the College of Business, you will be in, right, the CLC that has all of your business folks in it. Just like we have our monthly program meetings, there's going to be two kind of sort of program meetings, right? That will be led by your career counselor, right? So that's really going to be like the only main change in how we accumulate our points. Instead of 5 points, it's going to be 6. Those meetings you will be able to make up by watching the recordings and then doing the CLC reflection, right? Because we can't just force the career coaches to have another meeting with you to make up for the fact that you missed it, right? We can force you to be peer mentors and your success coach when you miss our meetings. So we're gonna keep it. All right, so there will be no, oh, I missed the meeting, and then I'm gonna just write an essay. Right? We're gonna make sure that you have one-on-one connection with either a peer mentor or a coach in order to make up that session. All right. But just as a reminder, for those of you who have procrastinated up until this point, sip strip. All right. You are supposed to accumulate 5 points, right, per semester. So again, 2 success coaching sessions, that equals 1 point, right? Coming to all of the program meetings, that equals 1. Not one program meeting is 1, right? One program meeting is worth a quarter, right? Go to all of them, that gives you your other mandatory point. Your focus to assessment, okay? I am a softie, okay? Please just at least do the focus to assessment. Please, okay, if you have not done it. If you have issues uploading your career coaching form once you are complete with your focus to assessment, okay, please contact either a peer mentor or your success coach, right? We can either upload it for you, or me, I'm not gonna upload it. I'm gonna just take the sheet and I'm gonna give you your, okay? Because it's a lot going on, right? But because it's really for you. That's your document, right? Also, I think I said this in the last program meeting. Please don't just give your career coach the sheet and be like, my ATA coach said that I need you to sign this. Like, take notes on it, right? Because it's for you. Also, your career coaching appointment does not necessarily have to be about the focus to assessment, okay? Whatever it is that you need assistance with, if you're looking for internships, if you're looking for resume building, right? If you're looking for just career advice in general, not even necessarily attached to the focus to assessment, or if you want to understand what that focus to assessment is about, let that question or whatever that issue is lead the conversation with your career coach, okay? Everything else that is on there, not many people have had issues with, right? And if you do, please make sure that you just reach out to your peer mentor or your success coach. We can definitely help you navigate through that, right? So this is what the change is going to look like, right? So there will be 2 career learning community meetings, okay? Your career coach for your for your college is actually going to be the one that dictates what that meeting is going to be about, right? So I've already had a meeting with the directors for both COB and for the main career center. So now the career coaches over at the College of Business, they should be up to par and up to date with the whole concept of getting that document and getting it signed, right? Because I already talked to, I believe his name is Brett. Yes, okay, so I've already talked to him, he's on board, right? Lisa Hatfield, main career center, she's also on board, right? So I will be collaborating with them to get our specific dates for the community meetings on our calendar, right? So that should be done before this month is over, right? One of the things you'll also notice on here is that we no longer have the, if I go back, the ATA professional portfolio. We will no longer be doing that. Main reason is because not many people turn it in, right? That's not a knock on y'all, I'm not upset, right? But it's just another one of those things that we're not really doing it. And plus the Focus 2 assessment, career coaching meetings, going to the CLC meetings as well. I feel like that's good enough as far as what we're doing, right? So if you want to do all of those extra things, that's a great thing to do. Also, multiple meetings with your career coach. You do not have to get that document signed every time that you go to, just that first one so that you can upload it, so that we know you went at least once. If you want to keep using that document to take your notes on it, keep doing it. That's absolutely fine. But you don't have to have them sign it every single time. That makes sense? Cool. All right. Tau Sigma made a comeback. All right, so for those of you that do not know what Tau Sigma is, it is a National Honor Society for transfer students. Okay, so Tau Sigma, I actually just had a meeting with Lee, the founder of it. I had a meeting with him yesterday. He actually works at the University of Auburn, or is it Auburn University?
Auburn University.
I don't know. Is that in Alabama?
Auburn, Alabama.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about Alabama. All right. But real nice dude, has a very, very like deep passion for working with transfer students. Okay. So we want to bring this back. This is going to be our honor society inside of ATA, right? So we will be active this fall. The reason that I'm telling you about this right now is because many of you, this is your first semester here at UHD, right? So after you have accumulated at least 12 credit hours here, and if you have a 3.5 GPA, you are eligible to be in Tau Sigma next semester, okay? I am looking for a president and a vice president of that organization, okay? So I believe I'm probably going to do, we might do an election. I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet. All right.
Yeah, vote.
Y'all trying to vote? Y'all trying to vote? Look, man, I just don't, I don't want any rigged elections. I don't want anybody coming at me.
Debates and slander, sign me up, yeah.
Are we? No, I don't want to do that. I hate them. I don't want to be a part of it. Yes. So there is a joining fee. The joining fee, I believe, is $50 to $55. Now, do not quote me on this, okay? Do not quote me on this. Since I'm gonna talk to my executive director. She's out sick right now. I'm gonna talk to my executive director and then probably also her boss, and then also probably her boss, about trying to make this happen. But for the first inaugural, us coming back and being active again, depending on how many members we have, I am going to try to have us pay that. I am going to try. I said try. Everyone witnessed me say try. It is recorded. I made no promises. I said I am going to try, okay? Because I really don't want that to be a reason that anybody decides not to do, right? I'm gonna check again with Lee to, whenever I get a chance, probably tomorrow morning. I'm gonna try to email him and find out if that is just an entry fee or is that a semesterly fee or yearly fee. I'm not 100% sure.
And also, can you check if that fee is gonna include our board and our?
It does.
Okay, good. Just
That's usually what the dukes are, for, right, to pay for all of those different kind of things. Now, they also do a annual conference. Okay, so with that annual conference, I am only allowed to send 3 people. Because that is their max, right? It's usually like a 90-person conference that they have from every chapter that they have nationwide, right? So at every college. So what I'm thinking is probably the VP, the president, the VP. I would be selfish and say myself because I'm the advisor, but we'll see. I really want to give other people that opportunity. And it's like, I will definitely.
Oh, that's fine.
She's like, no problem, I'll do it, no big deal. Now, for anyone in here that is in through and two, if you're listening and you're in through and two and you're not in ATA and you just joined this meeting to get some more information, you are also eligible. Remember, this is a transfer society, okay? This is for transfer students. So if you're not in ATA and you want to, I'm running the report at the end of the semester. So at the end of finals, once grades are final, I'm running the report to see who has at least 12 credit hours here at UHD and who has at least a 3.5 GPA. If you have a 3.49 GPA, you're not eligible. That's right.
So what?
If you have a 3.499999 GPA, you will not be eligible. It has to be 3.5 or higher. No, it doesn't. I don't round up in my classes and I don't round up in here. All right. So the reason that I do that is because, again, this is not my program, right? This is a National Honor Society. So they're very particular about that. And I have to send them basically proof showing that. Okay. So what will end up happening if you fit that description, I will be sending out an email to you. I will be sending that email, the list of names to Lee and to the folks over at Tau Sigma. They are going to reach out to you, right, directly. I'll probably also have the mentors call out and be like, hey, this is not a scam, okay? Please respond to that email when you get it, okay? I also might do it myself. I don't know. We'll see how much free time that I have during the next week or so. Yes.
Can last for seniors.
Like this upcoming semester is your last semester?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So again, the students that are in Tau Sigma, right? You are going to operate as ambassadors for the ATA and through and two programs, right? So if you end up in Tau Sigma, you will automatically be considered in ATA. All right. You will table, you will promote, you will do all of it for free. I'm kidding. But yes. However, if you also are one of my mentors and you are in ATA and you fit this description, you can also be in Tau Sigma, right? So again, if you have any questions about that or you want more information about it, please let me know. You can also look up Tau Sigma. You can see what happens at other institutions and what they're doing. We're going to be doing similar things to that. So some of the programming that our peer mentors currently do, we will be doing similar stuff like that with Tau Sigma. I will be the advisor for that organization. So if you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. Wow, why is that still here? Okay, Canvas. All right, so with Canvas, again, just as a reminder, y'all, the best way to kind of go about this is you see how, oh, that's blurry. But for y'all, you know that top part where it says show by date or show by type, right? Click on show by type instead of show by date, and it will show you what's mandatory and then what's optional, right? This works just like all of your other Canvas classes, okay? Brandon, you okay, Brandon? This works just like all of your other Canvas classes, okay? If you have issues, okay, please don't just not turn something in because you don't know how to do it. Reach out to the peer mentors. please reach out to the peer mentors. They know how to upload the documents, they know how to upload the assignments, okay? Important dates. Okay, so the summer mini is coming up, the regular session for the summer is coming up. Please pay attention to all of these dates. If you are wanting to do a summer mini course, the very first day starts May 13th. Right, so it's gonna be basically what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
So it's a 3-week course, right? That counts as part of the summer semester. Okay, that's not part of the spring, even though May is technically spring. All right, does that make sense? Okay, so the registration date, that was, it's been open. The last day for regular registration is May 12th. May 13th is late registration, which typically means the price goes up. All right, so you get like a 24-hour window where money gets more expensive. Okay, and then there's also payment deadlines, all of that good stuff. The regular session is between June 3rd all the way to August 3rd. Now, in between that, they have first 6 weeks, first 5 weeks, second 5 weeks, second 6, I think second 6 weeks. Right? Please pay attention to those dates as well. I will advise you this: if you are going to take summer classes, do not take more than one summer class during a session. If you take a summer class during the regular session, so like your courses are literally from June all the way until August, maybe take 2, that's okay. I just saw one of my mentors say with her mouth that she is taking 4, and I want to vomit at the thought of that. What are you doing here? Okay, don't do that. 2 in one, how, you're taking 2 in one 5-week session?
6 weeks.
Okay, so don't do that. Don't do what they're doing. If you want to like have some sort of sanity left by August, okay? The reason why I say that, especially if you're taking like STEM courses, right? These classes are going to be at a very fast pace. Just because they happen in 5 or 6 weeks does not mean they cut out any material. So a course that would usually be taught in a 16-week span is going to be cut down into 5 weeks. Okay, if you do multiple classes of that, you are looking at attending class basically all day and then having a test pretty much every week. Right? That's a lot. That's a lot going on. Okay. We will be here during the summer. If you need coaching through it, if you need to cry through it, because you probably will, right? Come talk to us. Okay. This is not me discouraging you from doing it per se. Like if you're gonna do it, but also just know it is much more fast-paced. A lot less time for you to let material sink in, all of that good stuff. Yes.
And also I think that even if you want to do more than like, I think the limit is 8 credits for a summer session.
There is a limit. There is
9
a
credits or more, you have to ask for permission to your respective.
Yeah, so usually if something requires you to get an override, you probably shouldn't do it. Like people that are like, yeah, I'm gonna take 18 credit hours or 19 credit hours. I gotta get my advisor to override that so I can sign up. Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. Those limits exist for a reason, all right? So just keep that in mind. Now, some of you that are just really trying to graduate by like yesterday, okay, I get it. But just know this is gonna be a really rough time. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're planning those things out. And if your GPA matters to you, which it should, do what you will with that information. All right? The academic calendar has all of the
Deadlines.
thank you. All of the deadlines, all of the payment deadlines, registration deadlines, last day to withdraw, last day, all of that for every semester or every term, including the summer and next fall, right? So if this QR code will take you there, right? Bookmark that. Because the amount of students that I have come across who are like, man, I'm not doing well in this class. When is the last day to drop? Oh, it was 3 days ago. right? A lot of students not knowing when the last day to drop is, when does registration open, all of that good stuff. Okay, so make sure that you bookmark this and keep it in mind. I'm gonna leave this up for a few seconds, so if you need to take a picture of it, do whatever you need to. Any questions about the academic calendar?
No.
Cool. We will be here during the summer. Heidi, Christian, Erica, we in here. We have a couple of minutes. Hey, Brenda, relax. I'm getting to you. Look what's first on the list. Alright? I knew you were gonna be like, but what? Yes, so we will be open during the summer. Alright, that also includes the lounge. If you are a frequenter of the Gator Success Lounge, still not used to that. The swamp, are we sold on the swamp?
I am, I like it, yes.
Yeah, the swamp.
Gator pride through and through, yeah.
I'm I'm like Heidi, I've been trying to force myself to just say lounge. If we're sold on the swamp, all right, I need people in the chat. Right, let me know.
Yeah.
Say things, yeah, GG's in the chat. Email me.
We waiting on approval from higher up.
Oh, we submitted Swamp Thing.
We submitted several.
Okay, well, we are waiting on the higher ups, but if y'all are really riding for the swamp, okay, blow up the chat. Let us know so I can show my higher ups and be like, this is what they want.
Do you need us to start a petition
This
or
has
something?
the petition. Look, I cannot tell y'all to do any of those things because I like paying my rent. Okay, so if that's what y'all want to do to show what y'all, I'm all about occasional civil disobedience. Okay, all right. But yes, we will be open. So we will be open. There will be mentoring, coaching, the lounge, all of that good stuff. Programming. I'm not sure what kind of programming that we will be able to do during the summer, but if y'all have ideas of things that you would like to do, mind you, campus is relatively empty a lot of times during the summer. There's not a whole lot of traffic. However, I would love for us to commune in some kind of way during the summer. So if you're gonna be here in Houston and you're not like dipping and going to Cabo or something like that, you're gonna be just gone all month.
We don't have that kind of.
I might really got it like that. Yes.
ATA with the like volleyball at the gym, ATA volleyball game.
Ooh. I don't know. I feel like if I do anything competitive with y'all, I wanna play dodgeball.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. We're gonna field day? Well, in physical activities, we would have to get waivers signed and all of that stuff.
Yeah, sign in, huh?
Oh, we gotta, he's not even gonna be here during the summer. Yeah, he's gonna be in California.
Why does summer get to have all the fun?
Because we got stuff going on. Right, so if you have ideas, email me, you can also email the ATA email. I am actively checking that now because I have to. So so please send any of your ideas to the ATA email, or you can email me directly if you feel comfortable doing so. I do take y'all's ideas into consideration. All right, I do tell people about what y'all are thinking about. So don't think anything is too, well, there are things that are too off. But, right, I'm open to consider this, okay? Cause I want y'all to have something to do over the week or over the summer to look forward to if you're gonna be here, right? Scholarships, the money, right?
Show me the one.
The competition has now started, all right? It is open. All right, ATA scholarships, they are due May 17th at 11:59 p.m. All of these scholarships, 500-word essays, double spaced, okay? You wanna write more than 500 words, I guess, go crazy, but remember, You know, you don't wanna bore me or I'm gonna score you lower. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. Alright, don't be telling people that I said that. I get in trouble for the stuff I say sometimes. Y'all- If you need more than 500 words, right, write until your heart is content, but it has to be at least 500 words and it needs to be a double spaced essay, okay? In order to be eligible, you must be full-time, okay, because of the dollar amounts. I believe now all of the scholarships except for the most engaged
Are,
Most engaged.
We lost.
No, I'm just waiting for everybody to get out what they get out, so I can be good.
Always.
Cool, okay, so the most engaged essay, or the most engaged scholarship is the only one that is not going to. Alright, I need y'all to stop, cause if you're talking, then I can't, and I have ADHD, it's a lot. Alright. Okay, the most engaged scholarship, that scholarship is going to be the only one that does not have an essay attached to it, okay? That one is gonna be a little bit different. We are now looking at the top 3, okay? So if you finish in the top 3, you will be eligible for a $500 scholarship, okay? As far as the ATA points are concerned. All of the other scholarships, I believe, are $1,000 scholarships. I don't think there's any other 500. Are there?
yeah,
Which ones? I think the pyramids were ones. I can't remember, but some of the dollar amounts have changed. So whenever you go and look at the scholarships, okay, look at those dollar amounts, all right? Also, we absolutely will be able to tell that you used ChatGPT, like, so dumb. And like, don't like, and I know for a fact that like half of y'all did it last time. I just didn't feel like calling you out on it. Because the quality of the writing and your GPA did not match up.
Oh, I'm not stupid. Oh, that's savage, man. But you're right.
You can fail college writing 1 and then be writing like a professor, like it doesn't make any sense, right? So we will, and I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, I really mean it, don't cheat, be yourself. This is not, I'm not reading these based off of how good you write. This is what is in the essay, that's what matters. So don't cheat yourself, be real about your experiences, right? Don't put it in a computer and have it spit out something. Because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not an English professor. All right, be real about it. All right, is that fair?
Yeah.
I want to be real.
Please. All right, now, yes, grammar is going to matter. You want to throw it in ChatGPT to fix your grammar? Sure. Don't have ChatGPT write your essay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But something even better than putting it in ChatGPT is going to the writing and reading center. All right, talk to a tutor. They can also look over your stuff. They will find your comma splices, your run-on sentences, etc. All right. Your GPA and your ATA points will be considered in awards this year.
You want to consider it?
No, they were not.
Oh,
The rubrics were not the best. The rubrics are different now. So your GPA and the ATA points will be considered, all right? So if you didn't do anything this semester with ATA, right, that's gonna hurt you in your application, right? So for those of you that were really, really active, right, this is your chance to shine, right? Because those points are gonna be considered in your application, all right? Also, we are doing something different as well. Do not put your name anywhere on that essay. The reason being is because we want to be completely unbiased. All right? The evaluators should not know who you are. whenever they're evaluating the essay. That did not happen previously. All right. If you were to apply for a scholarship through another, like through actual like UHD scholarships, right? The evaluators have no idea who they're reading about, right? We ran into that issue really bad the last couple of semesters, right? So now we have a process. Erica is amazing, right? And is helping me out as far as the logistics of making this happen. Okay, we will have an established committee. There will be people from NGSI and people who are not in GSI, right? That are going to be evaluating these scholarships. I will probably not, well, I'll be evaluating one of the scholarships or what have you. Each scholarship is going to have two evaluators for it, right? So one person is going to read your essay, another person is going to read your essay. The scores will be averaged out. And then the average score will be compared to the rest of the people who submitted an essay for that scholarship. The highest average score wins, and that's just how it's going to be. If you are someone who receives a lot of scholarships by the institution, by the university, and you have exceeded your cost of attendance, you will not be able to receive that scholarship. And then we were going to go to the next, like to the second highest after that. All right. The reason that we cannot move the scholarship to like the fall like to the summer and different things like that is because the way that our grant is written, we only give out scholarships in the fall and spring semesters. Right. In order for me to go against that loophole, I have to have people sign things. I have to have conversations and ask people permission about a whole bunch of red tape that it just gets really messy. Because again, it's not in the grant, right? So please don't think that I'm just doing it out of like laziness and I don't want to give you the money. Like if I could, I'd just give you a check, but I can't, right? That's not how it works, unfortunately. Okay, so again, May 17th, 11:59 p.m., we are not budging from that, right? At 11:59 p.m., the availability of those scholarships goes away. We will not be accepting any of them. Any questions about the scholarship? Okay. All right, now, going into the last few slides, y'all, tutoring. Okay, we are approaching good old finals. Some of y'all are in your last couple of tests. Maybe you don't have any finals, whatever. Please understand that tutoring is not just for students who are failing, right? I really want to remove that stigma. I don't want y'all to think that in order to go see a tutor, I should only be doing it if I'm failing. If you have an A, still go see a tutor, right? It helps you confirm that you know what you think that you know, right? So please take advantage of it. Our tutors over in the ASC and just in the College of Business, our science tutors, right? Math and stats, all of these tutors, right? They're here, they're employed by the university. Put them to work. Put them to work. They want to help, right? So please go see them, even if you're not failing. Right? Even if you have a B, go see a tutor that can help you get up to an A. Right? Unfortunately, how we operate in the United States, it is based off of competition. Right? So you're trying to get as high of a GPA as you possibly can. Right? Tutoring will help you get there. Other helpful resources, right? Please do not forget, talk to your professors. If you're kind of nervous about this final, make time to go see your professor in their office hours. It is not cheating to ask your professor for tips on what to study. All right? The worst thing that can happen is they tell you, study everything. Best case scenario, they actually give you points or pointers and tips on what to actually study for, right? Things to look out for, all right? For whatever reason, a lot of students do not think that their professors are people. Y'all think that these are like little robots that are soulless and that hate you deep down. They do not, right? They are stressed out and busy because it's like 100 of y'all per class type of a thing, and they gotta grade all of that. I know this because I still have to grade some stuff. But we don't need to get into what I'm doing, all right? Don't worry about it. My point is, your professors are people, they wanna help you, they don't want you to fail, all right? Even if you feel like they're mean, I promise you, they want you to pass their class. All right, the more people that pass their class, the better it is. Even those professors that are like 3 weeks into the semester and they tell you, half of y'all are gonna drop my class. Some of them get pride out of that, I don't know, that's crazy. But even those, they want that half that stay in the class to pass, okay? Don't be intimidated by them. Remember, you pay tuition here. So technically, you pay their salary. So they work for you. They have office hours. Those are your office hours. Use them. All right, email them. They don't respond, keep emailing them. You will have a paper trail that shows, hey, I kept emailing my professor and they didn't respond. Now, I will say this, if you are emailing your professor, or me for that matter, without your UHD email, more than likely you are not gonna get a response. Mainly because I'm not trying to get a virus in my computer and then y'all do those phishing emails and now you're sending the whole university spam on my behalf. All
Or
right,
you end up getting caught in one of those like email chains that involve the whole university.
yeah, I have gotten emails from faculty here where it's like, hey, I'm babysitting. I just need you to send me your social security number, all right? Like, it wasn't that blatant, but it's like, click this link. And they're like, no, I'm not clicking that. So if you email anyone at this university, please do not use a personal email address. It needs to say gator.uhd.edu,
Or UHD if you're a faculty or
all of that. Whatever, just, it needs to have that uhd.edu. All right, study groups, all of that good stuff. I said this earlier, Khan Academy does not pay me, okay? They do not pay me, however, I am an advocate for its use. If you are in calculus, OChem, I think, anatomy and physiology, a bunch of physics stuff, economics, all of those different things, right? Accounting, finance, Khan Academy has stuff over it. You can do practice quizzes there, you can do practice exams, practice problems, all of that stuff. Their YouTube page also has someone working the problems out by hand, and you can follow them. So it's like an extra lecture to go to. All right, all of this stuff will help you in your finals, right? If you're taking any core curriculum classes, if you came into UHD and you're not core complete, most core curriculum classes Khan Academy has. All right. Then just some final stuff. All right, please get some sleep.
Trying.
Like some of y'all are gonna do the whole like pulling an all-nighter thing. Or don't do that. How many of y'all work out? All right, and when you work out, right, eventually your muscles get tired, right? And when your muscles get tired, what do you have to do? You have to stop, you have to rest, right? What's the most important muscle in your body? Your brain, right? Right now, your brain is telling you to breathe, blink, read what's up here, listen to me. If you're taking notes, you're doing that. If you're reading an email while I'm talking, right, you're probably trying to do that, and right, you're doing it all, right? Your brain is working all day. Give it a rest, right? Go to sleep. And just like when it comes to working out, your diet matters, right? The same thing for your brain and study, okay? You need to feed your brain, right? Eat breakfast. I'm a hypocrite and I do not eat breakfast, but I am not taking finals, okay? So do as I say, not as I do, okay? I'm not taking finals, you are, right? Eat. I'm not telling you to like go to IHOP, eat 5 pancakes, an omelet, some hash browns, and then like a milkshake. You're gonna go to sleep. But at least put something on your stomach so that you have fuel to last throughout the day, especially during finals, right? You do not want to be taking a final and then your stomach starts growling. I've been there. And now it's like, how am I gonna solve a problem about derivatives when I really want a burger right now? All right. Also, remember repetition right? Repetition, repetition. However, and I need y'all to listen. I need y'all to listen to this, please, because this is important when it comes to this whole college thing. A lot of you are gonna buy stacks and stacks of note cards, and you're gonna try to memorize all of this information. Okay, you are in a institution of what they call higher learning. What does higher learning mean? What?
Higher tools.
Higher tools. Not a bad answer. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but you're almost there. What?
You have it's a lot more that you have to answer.
Yes, but let me put it to you like this, right? In K through 12, right, when you were in elementary, middle, high school, right, doing all of that, most of the times when you were learning material, you were doing so with the intentions of passing a test. Your standardized tests, your SAT, whatever it is. Most of the time, you were not learning the material, you were just memorizing it. Then we get to college, and then we try to memorize things, right? You should be studying and approaching this material with the intentions of learning it, right? Not with the intentions of passing an exam. Many of you are going to try to guess what is going to be on your final. What happens when you're wrong about what you guessed? You absolutely fail. Also, I want y'all to think about this. Most professors, and if you were in my ARP course, or if you've heard me do this presentation Tuesday, Wednesday? I can't remember when I did it, but was that yesterday? I don't remember. Whatever. My days are all combining together, right? You have heard me say, in order for you to approach the whole learning thing, right? You need to be asking the question, why? Right? When you know why you're doing something, you're more likely to retain it, right? If I solely just memorize things, what happens when I no longer need that information? It goes away, right? So if you're in calculus and all you're doing is memorizing equations, by the time you get to Cal 2 after the summer semester, after the summer is over, you know nothing at all, right? 50%, at least 50% of your exam is going to be over your ability to apply what you're learning, right? Because that is the way that instructors create exams. So if you just memorize, like if you're in history and you just memorize the dates of everything and you memorize the definitions, you're gonna get 100% correct on 50% of the exam. That's great. But what happens when you now need to make parallels and connections between two separate ideas? What happens when you have to apply something to the real world in those word problems in calculus? Now you can't do it, right? So when you're studying, approach it from the lens of learning the material. We can worry about memorizing the note cards and stuff like that after we understand what we're even reading. Okay, if you need help as to figure out what am I supposed to know in this chapter, where can you look? Nope. Well, technically, yes, but no. No. There's somewhere specific in your textbook that you can look that tells you what you're supposed to know.
The index.
No, the index is like a glossary.
Check.
Say that again, Aliana. The learning objectives. The learning objectives that are at the beginning of your syllabus and the learning objectives that are at the beginning of every chapter in your textbook tells you what you should know at the end of that chapter. Learn that. Don't guess what your professor is going to have on the exam. I've run into this issue. I have. And I guessed, and I was like, they're not gonna test us over that. Oh, there's this figure that's over on the left, it's in the chapter, but we didn't talk about it in class.
Boom.
5 questions on it.
Ah.
Yeah, it does, because I missed all of them.
Oh,
Alright, so when y'all are thinking about this stuff, okay, everything is important. Alright, approach it that way. And then of course, also schedule an appointment with us. I can talk you through it. Right, we can work through this. Okay, where do I start? Where do I finish? What is more important? Right? Prioritize also, let me ask y'all this before we jump into this. All right, are all of your final exams equally important?
no,
No, they're not. Right? Some things are gonna be more important than others. If you are taking courses that have, like, there are prerequisites for you to get into law school or med school, that's probably gonna be more important than your English 1301 class. Right? If you're a accounting major, your accounting exams are probably gonna be more important than that TCOM. Alright, so you have to make, if you're failing a class and you really need to get off of academic probation, that class that you're failing, that you could possibly get a C or a D in, right? That's probably more important than these other classes that you have A's in. Right? So you have to prioritize. The best way to figure out that those priorities, right? Come talk to us, schedule an appointment with us, reach out. We can help you think that through, okay? Finally, since we're in our last hurrah of the semester, please tell us how we did, all right?
no, they're no,
This is, I cannot emphasize enough how important this is. This part is not like optional, like we really need you to do this. The reason being is because we are now in a state of trying to get this grant extended and institutionalized. If no one believes the work that I do, that Heidi, Erica, Christian, our peer mentors, if no one believes that the work that we do is important, this program goes away. Tau Sigma goes away. Book vouchers goes away. Okay, so we need to show people that what we're doing in this program matters. All right, so please make sure that you are doing that. Is it sending you straight back to campus?
it's not working.
Okay,
And when it's
we'll send it,
groups, it shows me your.
it just goes to the QR code. I hate campus groups so much. Okay, we will email out, after this, I'm going back to my office, I will email y'all the actual link to the campus groups thing, okay? So go ahead and stop trying to scan this code. But actually, if you go into, if it's closed.
If you scan this one, it says it's closed.
Oh.
Is it the end of the year survey?
Yes, cause I went in and edited, but I didn't extend the open slot, I think, that's what it is. I will send that out to everybody once we're done here, to make sure that y'all do that. Please fill that out. It is a requirement, so please do it. It does not take that long. I'm not asking y'all to write like essays or anything like that. It's a bunch of pointing and clicking and then you're done. If you're doing it on your phone, it's not even pointing and clicking. It's just using your thumbs. Y'all be texting during my meetings. All right, it's fine. My feelings are. But
Put in
it's
the
so.
chat, I had a question.
Yes,
When is the last day to meet with their peer mentor?
that's a good question. I believe the end of May is but like not all of our mentors will be here. So reach out to your specific mentor. I believe I have everybody on payroll first, at least. And then we have some summer folks who will be here during the summer as well.
They meet for
Oh, for points,
What's the deadline for the
Tuesday.
point?
April 30th.
Tuesday.
April 30th.
Tuesday.
Yes.
11.
11:59 p.m. Now, I'm gonna say this, all right? We're at 6:30, if you have to go, I understand. I don't really have anything else, it's just a couple of things. If you are short on your points this semester, okay? We will be running that report at the end of April, so we will look and see who has 4 points or less this semester. And we will be reaching out, asking you, one, why You did not accumulate your mandatory 5 meetings, all right? You will be writing us an essay about that. If you do not write that essay, you will not get your book voucher for next semester. Because we want to know why you were not active with the program, what you are going to do to make sure that you are active with the program next semester, right? We have a bunch of people who are trying to make up everything this week. And what that does to us is it spreads us very, 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 very thin, right? And we have 3 people who are meeting with 500 students.
Well, the answer.
Right? So there's not a whole lot that we can do if you waited all the way up until this point. All right? So if you're needing, to let us know that some extenuating circumstances happened and all of that, we want to know so that we can know how to support you. But we also need you to start letting us know this stuff sooner rather than later. Okay? With that, I would like to adjourn our final program meeting of the semester. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. Finals, like I said, you can be here. If you need Scantrons, pencils, all of that stuff, come to the GSI, go to the swamp. And make sure that you let us know so that we can get you those things. Blue books, if you're like in history or whatever, you need blue books, we have those too. Okay, so make sure you come get the school supplies that you need so that you are not having to, fork over some change just to take your exams. All right?
Wait, can people still use Canvas?
Yeah. A lot. Didn't we just have to buy some? Yeah, we give away a lot of Scantrons. Yeah. With that being said, y'all have a good night. Thank y'all.